Most people believe the year-end holidays are the most wonderful time of the year. The lights go up, the music begins to fill every corner of the room, and everywhere you look, people seem to slip effortlessly into the season, laughing, decorating, moving with a kind of joy you wish you could feel. But inside you, something entirely different stirs. Your days already feel jam-packed with social plans you don't have the energy for. Work deadlines are piling up. The sunless winter mornings carry a kind of weight that's hard to explain. Then come the gatherings, the family time, the decorating, the buying of gifts, and the constant expectation to do it all with a smile. And before you even notice, a quiet guilt settles in your chest, because a part of you wonders if you're the only one who can't seem to feel the joy you're supposed to feel. Holiday movies and social media make it seem like everyone is filled with joy, but the reality is far more different. And here's the part almost no one expects. Around 88% of Americans report that the holidays are the most stressful time of the year. They move through the season with that same exhaustion, that same anxiety, that same quiet ache you feel. They've just learned how to hide it. And no matter how deeply you feel it, you're not the only one who feels this way. There's a common pattern behind this exhaustion, and a specific psychology behind why the holiday season drains you. And once you understand it, the way you see yourself, and this time of the year, will begin to shift in a way it never has before. What most people don't realize is that holiday stress rarely appears out of nowhere. It's not just the gifts or the decorating or the plans. It's the emotional patterns you've been carrying quietly through your life, patterns that the holidays have a way of amplifying them. If you're someone whose mind tends to worry, your mind doesn't see the holidays as a break. It sees them as something to manage. The planning, the organizing, the hoping everything goes smoothly. It all lands on your shoulders at once. You try to anticipate every detail so nothing falls apart, and without meaning to, you set standards for yourself that no one else is expecting you to meet. The holidays simply amplify a pressure you've already been living with. And if you lean towards social anxiety, the season adds a new layer of tension. Every gathering becomes something to prepare for internally. You rehearse conversations, brace for small talk, and anticipate the questions you don't want to answer. Even when the evening goes fine, your body never fully relaxes. It's working the entire time, watching, managing, trying to keep you safe. By the time you get home, it's not the event that exhausted you. It's the emotional effort of moving through it. And underneath all of this, there's often a quiet fear of not being enough during this season. Not cheerful enough, not social enough, not grateful enough. So you mask it, you push through. You try your best to match the room you're in, even when your heart is asking you to rest. You hope no one notices how hard you're working just to be there. And all the while, your body keeps a private record of everything you're holding back. These aren't flaws, they're long-practiced patterns, ways you learn to survive, to fit in, to stay safe. But during the holidays, when expectations rise and emotions sharpen, these patterns don't stay quiet, they get louder. And once you see this clearly, the psychology behind your holiday exhaustion begins to make a lot more sense. Part of the exhaustion comes from overstimulation. There's more noise, more people, more plans, more decisions to make in a single month than you normally make in 3. Your nervous system doesn't process this as festive. It processes it as too much, too quickly. And if you've experienced the loss of a loved one or have complicated family dynamics, the holidays can stir up feelings you don't have to face during the rest of the year. Grief feels sharper. Absence feels louder. Memories hit harder. A season that's supposed to feel warm can quietly deepen the cold inside you. Financial stress adds another layer. The expectation to buy gifts, travel, decorate, contribute, all while staying within a budget that already feels tight. Your mind keeps a running tally of numbers, decisions, and responsibilities that no one else sees you holding. And physical strain shows up too. Too many late nights, too much sugar, alcohol, or irregular routines. Less sleep than your system needs. Your body tries to keep up, but it's harder to feel balanced when your rhythms are constantly disrupted. All of this creates a kind of emotional overload. Not one big thing, but the slow accumulation of stress, memories, expectations, and sensory input your system can't fully rest from. So when you feel tired, heavy, unmotivated, or detached, it isn't a failure. It isn't you being overly sensitive. It's your mind protecting you from a season that demands more energy than your nervous system can comfortably give. This is the psychology behind your holiday exhaustion. A complex mix of sensory overload, emotional triggers, unspoken expectations, and long-practiced coping patterns all happening at once. And if you're someone who values this kind of quiet honesty, you're welcome to like and subscribe to the channel. It helps these reflections reach others who feel the same way. And here's something important to understand about yourself, something most people never realize. The holidays drain you not because you're weak or antisocial, but because you feel life more deeply than most people around you. Most people move through the season on the surface. You move through it with your entire nervous system. And that's not weakness, that's emotional intelligence working overtime. And because you care so much, you show up even when your energy is low. You smile even when you need quiet. You stay later than you planned because you don't want to seem rude or distant. But no one sees the quiet cost it takes from you. You think your exhaustion means something is wrong with you, but it actually reveals something important. You are perceptive. You are compassionate. You are tuned in to the emotional details most people never notice. If the holidays hit you harder, it's not because you're bad at them. It's because you're the kind of person who carries the invisible weight of the room, even when you're the one who needs the lightest load. You're not broken. You're simply built to feel deeply in a season that asks too much of people like you. And maybe this year, knowing this about yourself is the first step toward carrying the season more gently.